19-year-old Samantha Canteen felt she only had one option after finding out she was pregnant.
It was so hard because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to tell my mom, and I know she's going to be mad, and I think that's the reason why I wanted to abort the baby, because I didn't want nobody to be mad at me for doing this.
But that changed after Samantha visited this pregnancy center in Raleigh, North Carolina, a place she thought performed abortions.
Well, when we walked in, we were scared because we're young and we didn't know what to expect.
Life Care doesn't provide or refer for abortions. Instead, volunteers here provide free pregnancy tests, sonograms, and prenatal care to hundreds of women in unplanned pregnancies.
After I found out that they were an abortion clinic, I just knew that, they're going to tell me, you have to keep this child and you can't abort this child, and, to just push God, 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 God. And they weren't like that. They were open to anything. They listened to me and they were just open arms. And I really appreciate that.
Centers like Life Care have been around for more than 30 years all across the country. As part of recent coverage on lowering abortion rates, Time magazine pointed to the role of the pregnancy center by writing, "That would seem to be evidence that the quiet campaign for women's hearts and minds conducted in thousands of crisis pregnancy centers around the country, on billboards, phone banks, and websites is having an effect." But if abortion rights supporters like Planned Parenthood and others have their way, centers like Life Care won't even be available for women like Samantha. For decades, abortion providers and supporters have attacked pregnancy centers, seeking to discredit them. It's a battle many in the pro-life movement have come to expect. Melinda De La Hoyt is president of CareNet, a coalition of crisis pregnancy centers.
This is not unexpected. When you are coming up against abortion in America and the hurt and the pain and the lives lost and the lives destroyed through that, there's always going to be oppositions.
The latest opposition hit 42 Maryland pregnancy centers in the guise of an undercover investigation. NARAL Pro-Choice Maryland sent fake clients into the centers. Afterward, they claimed center volunteers misled pregnant women about the risks of abortion and the services they provide. This resulted in NARAL using the findings to inspire several bills that would eventually force certain speech issues on pregnancy centers. Jean-Ann Maxson represented the pregnancy centers.
Essentially what the Maryland bill would have done is forced pregnancy centers on first contact with the client to say that I'm not going to provide you factually accurate information.
A clear violation of the law.
Well, there's several legal issues with the bills themselves. The first being it's blatant discrimination. All of these bills are designed to apply to pregnancy resource centers only because they do not refer or perform abortions. It doesn't matter how professional the pregnancy resource center is. It doesn't matter how great their staff is. They could have a 100% client satisfaction rate, but these bills would still apply only because they don't refer for abortions, and that's called viewpoint discrimination.
And it doesn't stop there.
The second issue, which you find in some bills, particularly the bill in Maryland, is forced speech, and that's a violation of free speech.
After testimony from the real clients from the centers, the hearing ended without a vote. Maxson warns the battle is far from over.
Our opponents are going to continue to come after us. In fact, we learned just this year that the Feminist Majority Network has hired a full-time person just to coordinate attacks against pregnancy resource centers.
To that, De La Hoyt says,
I think our strongest defense, and the defense that we're continually promoting, are our clients. I mean, let the women speak.
Women like Samantha back in North Carolina, who since giving birth to 4-month-old Jaden has returned to college.
My experience, wonderful. Just to have him and hold him in my arms, I'm like, look what God let me do. And I'm just so happy. Like, God gave me the chance to bring something so precious in this world, and I have to thank God every day.
Words many in the pro-life movement believe will help them win in the end.
I think they're afraid of the truth coming out about abortion. I think that they're afraid because they see clients like the clients who testified before the Maryland State Legislature talking about how abortion is not an easy choice, how it's life-changing, how they have to deal with the scars of their abortion for the rest of their lives.
Charlene Israel, CBN News.